We have found formative assessments to be very successful in closing our achievement gap. The formative assessments may be a graphic organizer, an exit slip, a journal response, a class discussion, or specific questioning techniques that allow the teacher to be informed about what the student is learning and then adjust their instructional practices to make sure that those students either continue learning or recognize the skills that they have not mastered and start targeting those skills. If teachers are not checking for that understanding on a daily basis, then you may get to an end assessment and students may not have mastered the concept, and you could have found out previous to failing that assessment that they were not understanding throughout the process. What we do to identify how we are closing the achievement gap, and if we are through this strategy, we look at our summative assessments in reading and math at the end of that trimester to demonstrate, did those formative assessments along the way help us identify the areas students still needed practice on, the skills that they still needed practice. So we were able to reteach, use small group instruction, use individual instruction to make sure they mastered those skills before they get to the end of the trimester assessment. I recently analyzed our third trimester data in reading and math. Our Black students on our end of the trimester reading assessment, 74% were proficient in advanced on the reading assessment, and 97% were proficient in advanced for our Hispanic students. Now, when I went back and looked at our state WKCE results, the state average for students proficient in advanced is 13% for African-American students and 19% for Hispanic students. So we are significantly achieving above the state average for reading. It's not something that automatically happens, it's something that you have to develop a structure for in your building. You have to develop a structure for weekly planning time. You have to develop a structure for formative assessments, and also making sure that teachers understand the end result. I feel that with formative assessment, it's what drives instructional practices. It's what allows teachers to adjust their instruction on a daily basis and understand what their students are learning. It's really a key strategy in your teaching practices.